Good evening. It's the 26th July 2023 and FMOC day. As you can see with the big bars here on this hourly chart. So this is my trade recap for the day. So on my screen at the moment is the MES or the ES chart, and it's the 1 hour time frame. Levels in play today, which I was watching, was this level here, which came into play on, when was that? That was Wednesday last week and again yesterday. I was also watching this area of this reddish area here. This is my area of supply, and that was based on this head and shoulder, well, this loose head and shoulders pattern from yesterday and the post market, and also it's an area of the tops of these candles, and this area also goes back to a year and a half ago as well, level, and it's a psychological number as well, 4600. So that's an area I've been watching for a while. 4605 has been on watch for a while, and 4610 or 4609.50, which is this area here, and today you can see it came into that area again. So these numbers are proven to be very, very valid. Day and day again, they've proven to be excellent rejection areas. So it's an area I will continue to be watching this week. Maybe we might come back up into that rejection area tomorrow or Friday for a bounce for a rejection down. Or it could also be equally important for a break and retest area. So keep these numbers to mind. So 4609.50, 4610, 4605 and 4600. They all seem to be quite important at the moment. And my bounce areas I was watching for today was a high risk bounce just after the open, 45.92. Then the weekly bounce, which we've seen it's held itself on these candles here. It came up, tested it, broke through, tested it here. So it's a significant area. And then this area here at the bottom, 45.76.50 is a bounce area, and also the 200 moving average on the hourly. So let's go into the 5 minute and go through my day. Overall, my day was mixed. I started the day on a negative note. I tried going long on the levels, so I went long on this area. It came up, retested it and bounced up. This doesn't, so this is a 5 minute, looks more like the hourly. It's because of FMOC. I was looking at the volume. There we go. Looking at the volume here, thinking, oh, that must be the 9:30 open, but no, because they had the heavy volume after. But no, this is 2 o'clock FMOC, which I totally forgot about. Okay, this is better. Now this looks like my levels. So I went for a break and retest of this weekly level, and my target was here, but it stopped me out. I think I stopped out here. I then also tried a bounce off this level as well. So I went to going long and with a target of there with the weekly and the 45.92, and again that stopped me out. And then I eventually let's close that, go with the drawings. And the reason I got into these was because we was pushing up, and then as it's pulling back, it looked like it was a higher volume going up, lower volume coming down. So it looked like it was weakened volume, and obviously the volume profiling didn't really work. We had this heavy congested area volume as well, and I thought as it pushed down, it was going to go up. Also, the SPY chart was consistently above the VWAP. So SPY looked like it wanted to be bullish, and so I was happy with the SPY was going to be bullish, and we were above the 50 moving average for some time here as well. And but obviously I should have taken profit, but I didn't. I think I did take profit on. Let's go back. I only had a small position, so 4 contracts when I got in on the break and retest, and I took 1 contract off there, so I was positive, but then I got out, I loosened some, and I got out for a loss there, and I got out for that was a loss there again, another 4 contracts. And then we had this bounce area down here, and by that point I thought we were looking for a break and retest short, and as you can see that didn't happen. So that's the area I was watching, and I didn't take the trade because I was waiting for this to come back in and bounce down. I thought we was looking pretty bearish at that point, so I watched it. But what I did do though is I did go long afterwards. So I was down probably, I wouldn't say a massive amount, but more than what I wanted to do. The first time I've been red for over 2 or 3 hours for a long time. So I was red for about 4 hours today, and then I got into this trade here. I saw it put in a higher high, and then a lower high. So I then went long on the break of that candle, and I got out. Target point was there. The VWAP was when I was out of everything. I had to go and pick my wife up as well, so I think I got out just around there. So that was a good trade from between there and there, and so that got me half of my loss back from this bit. It was a smaller size because I wasn't very confident by that point. And then so FMOC came. I saw this double bottom again, and I think I did go long again, and I got out there. I think I got out for about there, which was coming back down to my break-even area. And then I got back in here again, and it sort of come back up, came back in, stopped me out again, and then I saw this bottom tail. Hang on, so it's about 2 o'clock. So this is my average was about here, just above the topping tails, the bottom tails. So I got in, this tail stopped me out, and then I saw reduced volume, and the volume was declining at this point. Really hard to see volume because of the FMOC volume, and so I got back in on this pattern, this candle breaking through the change of colour, and I knew we had this area of supply down here as well, this green area. So it was and obviously we had this 45, 76, 50 area I was watching as well. So I was in here, and only a couple of contracts came up, took some profit, came back. I then did add on this bar, and this was the FMOC. We pushed down at 2 o'clock. Remind myself. No, in fact, I got out there and I added down here, so I had nothing left. I got back in when it came back into this zone. So because we had this big tail down, which would have been a stop. So I was back in this zone again. So I'm trusting my levels, what I put out, 45.80, and it was only 2 contracts. I think I added another contract there, and I got out up here. So that was a really nice move. That put me positive for the day. And then I was watching again. I shouldn't really spend too much time on the 2-minute chart, but then I was watching this lovely, looked like a flag was being put in, this flag here, and so I went. It came down. I went long at that point there. I was hoping it to push back up. Target was high of the day, this area, and also that level above. It pushed through, and I thought, hey, this is what we want. We saw the break, and then as you can see, it reversed. So I got out there, I reduced, got out there, and I was trying to find an area. I wanted to come and find an add area here. So I was only a couple contracts down. I was still in the red again, back in the red. So I was positive here for the day, back in the red here, and more than 3 times the amount of positive there. So it's a bit not very good risk management at all. And I added there, and it stopped me out again. So I got out, and then I did take the bottom here. I saw these 2 bottom tails, increased volume, looked like ending volume, which it was. So I got in this area, exactly this area. So another area. So this area was significant today, as you can see. Well, maybe not this candle, but it proved to be a good area to get in. Kept touching it, and again, these areas go back. Sometimes some of these areas I identify go back almost a year and a half. So I was in here at the bottom. Again, small amount of contracts. I think I had 2 or 4 with a add here. So I got in. So it wasn't really an add. I got in and I got out of VWAP, and then it came pushed through and then got back down, and I basically took another entry. But it was really an add from this play. I was just trying to hold on to any gains, and it pushed up. didn't handle it too well because I got out probably around this area, and then I tried going long again up here because I thought it was a break and retest, and I did see a bit heavier volume as well. Where was it? This one here, and that's near the open, near the close I meant. But in the end I did a quick short up here and I reversed my position basically, and in the pre-market, in fact that was Meta's earnings report there, so that's where I got out. So I got out probably about there, it was not very good at all. But so I reversed up here just after the market closed and I rode it down, and I got out here, and I think I got out as it pulled back up here as well. So overall I ended the day positive, but not by closer to break even than being anything worthwhile. But it was a positive day, but it was a hard work day, and I think I took, hang on, you'd be shocked by this, 114 fills. So that means I took over 60 trades. No, over 50 trades today. To be fair, there's lots of ads, and I was taking in. Normally I buy 4 at a time, but I'd buy 2 at a time, but I was buying 4 in place, especially this area here. And yeah, I overtraded basically. Not good, and my commission actually takes away all the profits I made today actually. So I actually probably made a loss if I take commission into account. So yeah, overly I'm not particularly pleased today. I didn't handle FMOC. I should have walked when I got to when at this point here. This is my walking point. I was out there and I think I took profit up there, and I should have walked. But now I was overtraded. I was trying to find another long because I was up, not by much, you know, a little tiny bit, but it's up for the day. I was green. My commissions were down as well, and I was overtraded all down here trying to find a long. And you know, I don't really trade FMOC, and I didn't handle it very well. But what I did do is I made a note of the time and date, and I'm going to study FMOCs and see if there's any correlation to the FMOC followed by the 230 when the Fed starts speaking. So you know, whether we get a green bar here and we see a big green push up here, and whether we end the day positive or negative, similar to where we are in. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at some previous FMOCs and see where we are. Anyway, hopefully you've had a good day. Hopefully it's better than mine, I'm sure it was. And I will speak to hopefully some of you tomorrow in the Discord rooms. Okay, have a nice evening. Bye bye.